The Shiver Leviathan is Subnautica's 2 version of the Void Leviathan, which prevents the player from leaving the playable area, and its biology is rather interesting. They primarily are seen in packs, with one larger female followed by 2 to 3 smaller male shivers. Two obvious features appear when viewing them from afar. First is the skull-like head, which the PDA says is used for fending off predators, implying that this Leviathan is not at the top of its own food chain. This is in contrast with the Ghost Leviathan from the original game, who was a filter feeder, and would only on rare occasions eat other large fish, or even the player itself. The Shiver seems to exclusively hunt animals that are the smallest, the player size, to something that even rivals the size of itself. The second feature is the large cloudy bulbs on the side of their heads. The purpose of this eludes me, as I'm not a marine biologist. However, it does remind me of the anglerfish found in deep seas. The bioluminescence of the bulb on the Shiver probably would be used to attract prey in low light waters. It is important to note that these are not the eyes of the creature, as there can be seen 2 small black eyes on both sides of the creature. Furthermore, the 2 genders are almost identical, except for 2 other features being their obvious size difference and the glowing tendrils on the tail of the female. The PDA says that this blue tail could be used as possible sonar, similar to the roar of the Reaper Leviathan. This means that the smaller male shivers rely heavily on the larger females for transportation in the ocean and for the location of prey. The PDA also states the closest relative of the Shiver is the four-eye, with its somewhat similar wing-like structure and reliance on another of its species. There's also the potential that this fish has had its genes rewritten by the protein virus, which could explain the strange features like the bulbs or skull on its head. This is possible as the ghost says that everything that touches the water is infected, and we've seen that the virus has changed animals like coral, turning them into crabs. This gives the potential of genetic altering onto another creature, something similar to like an anglerfish, being turned into what is now the Shiver Leviathan. Finally, the bizarre creature may be more similar to humans than any other thing on the planet of Proteus. The PDA states that humans descended directly from fish, and not too unlike the Shiver Leviathan. This bizarre creature shares many similarities to Earth-based deep-sea creatures and the ancestors of humans. Personally, I believe that the Shiver has been affected by the virus on the planet, transforming something like an anglerfish into what the Shiver is today. However, explaining everything interesting about the biology of Subnautica 2 to be the result of a genetic virus and not natural selection or evolution sort of just feels like a cop-out. Overall, the Shiver is a fascinating creature that has a specially defined social structure and poses a significant threat to the pioneers that are colonizing Proteus in Subnautica 2.